Hey, what up, everybody?
What
How
up?
are you guys doing out there? Us too.
That's right.
All right. Hey, if you don't know the Metropolitan Cowboy, Michael Coleman, folks, you should. Michael, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys?
Doing great.
Yeah, we're doing
doing
really good. So we were just talking about your picture in the back, Stonehenge. We know you're a photographer, and what do you like to photograph? What is the main thing? I mean, we know you photographed Stonehenge, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that is my work. That's true. Yeah.
That is pretty awesome. What else do you like to photograph? I mean, what are
You know what I love to do? I love to do candids of people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
just capturing moments. That's probably one of the best things that I love to do, and I love to do sports. I love sports photography.
There we go. We're a couple of sports guys.
Yeah,
Us and our small figures.
we have a little company going.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool.
definitely. That's awesome. What's your favorite sport that you like to photograph?
I like volleyball and baseball.
Volleyball's a very difficult one to photograph because the ball
because
moves
you have
so
to have the
fast.
lighting right. The lighting has got to be just right.
So let me ask this, because I'm going to just dig right into the question on there, because I didn't expect to ask this.
Yeah.
So volleyball, especially lighting's tough depending on where you're going, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a certain setup on your lens? What type of lens do you like to use in that situation?
Yeah. You have to use the lens and it's escaping me the what it is called off the top of my head, but it's the one that allows for the most light to come in.
The lowest aperture number.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think it's 2.8. I think.
Yeah, you get to 1.4s, but
yeah,
2.8 is kind of like you don't want to go above that because that way you don't have the distortion. Like you see the ball even that first.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, because it's really hard. Well, I do racing photography, and that's just as hard. Like at night, some of the tracks don't have the good lighting and stuff like that, and then they're going by you so fast, which makes it difficult as well. Football, we do a lot of football and baseball.
Yeah. And football is a fun one to do too, but it's hard to do it when you're doing it at nighttime.
Yeah, I agree, but it's also really pretty.
Yeah,
the shots are really nice at night. So
wait a minute.
Yeah,
he said baseball, and you know me in baseball.
Yeah,
Who's your team?
Well, he's from Ohio.
Oh, you a Reds or an Indians fan?
Well, it's not.
Well, Guardians now.
Sorry.
Actually, I don't think that I have a favorite. I enjoy sport. I'd rather play sports than watch them, but that was another lifetime. But I think I don't really have a favorite. I just like, you have to respect the athleticism of all the players and people that are involved. That even includes people who do the wrestling. WWE folks. You got to give them. You just have to respect all of those athletes because it's not easy to do.
Amazing athleticism. I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah,
definitely.
So he does a lot.
Yes,
right?
He does.
So I want to just bring up right up to the front that you're part of the Gray Rainbow Foundation.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's very interesting that you bring that up. Yeah, I mean, I started the Gray Rainbow Foundation.
You started it. Okay.
So you're the founder. We didn't realize that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah. Started the Gray Rainbow Foundation, and the purpose of the foundation is to enhance the quality of life of LGBTQA seniors.
Okay.
And it's interesting how it all got started was that I was doing a documentary film, and it was focusing on that particular population, and some of the stories that they were telling me while I was interviewing them were very heart-wrenching, and I thought there needed to be something, some resource for folks, because a lot of that community, their charitable organizations focuses on youth, but no one focuses on what happens to that community when they get old.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. That's really cool.
I never would have even.
Yeah.
never even would have thought of that as being out there, to be quite honest.
But it is, and so he actually created this cool foundation that helps support that.
Yeah. One of the subjects that I interviewed, he made a great point. He said, that for straight people who have children, that's their legacy. And for the LGBT folks that don't have children, that don't have that don't have that kind of thing to pass on, they have no legacy. Right. And as you age, as they age, and when they die, that's it. And so I mean, it was very eye-opening.
Yeah. I bet the conversations you have with people is very interesting.
Amazing conversations, I bet.
And it probably really brings out a lot of stuff so that they can discuss about those types of things. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. And that's what's really, it was just, I wasn't expected to be as touched as I was by some of these stories, right, and it just really tugged at my heartstrings.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. If folks want to go in, check it out. You want to go ahead and give them a website that they could go to?
I would love to. I would love that. It's grayrainbow.org.
Okay.
And you can get to it either way if you spell gray, EY or AY. But we're AY. And the interesting thing about this, and you can support the foundation and donate to the foundation simply by shopping. We have a partnership with the Kroger company and Fry's, and there's a link on the website where all you do is, if you're using your Kroger card, you use it anyway to save money. And Kroger and Fry's, they donate a portion. They donate money to the foundation based on your shopping habits. So all you got to do is just register your card. It's called the Community Rewards Program. You sign your card up and you pick the Gray Rainbow Foundation as your charity of choice, and then all you got to do is just shop.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
So that's great. If we don't have Kroger's and Fry's anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately,
we are,
not here.
But local to you, that would be great. Or in those areas that have them. So that's great. Thanks for shouting that out. That's great.
Yeah.
While we're doing a shout out, I want to make sure we do this late all the time.
Always do it.
But
late.
I think we always want to. We have a sponsor ourselves.
Yeah, Anchor by Spotify, where we do our podcasts on, and YouTube as well, where we have the YouTube show. We'd like to thank everybody that listens on Anchor and Spotify and on our YouTube show. Thank you guys very much.
So now let's talk about, you also, well, I've got it in front of me. I got some notes here. So
yes, you do research.
So I want you to explain something to me. You were actually the only professional songwriter ever nominated for the office of Poet Laureate for the state of Ohio. Explain this to me. Talk to me about what's going on with that.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Well, I was nominated twice. Senior Shoutout started in Ohio. We were founded in Columbus, and the Ohio, and some kind of way I came to the attention of the Ohio Arts Council, and it was them that actually submitted my nomination to the governor to be appointed as the Ohio Poet Laureate. I wasn't appointed. They picked somebody else, but I was nominated twice, and the only professional songwriter to ever reach that pinnacle. And why that's significant is because most people don't think that songwriters are also poets, but we are. I mean, we give our observations about life, and we actually have to do it more succinctly than a poet can, because the mathematics of songwriting, you only have so many syllables to say so many things, and it's not easy to do.
That actually brings up a great question, being a songwriter. You bring up the mathematics. We always try and pull something out from everybody that is in the music industry, a songwriter, so on and so forth. Would you say for you that utilizing that mathematics is what helps you when you do your songwriting?
Oh, yeah, yep. most definitely, and I'll give you an example. So sometimes when you're doing a piece, you know you have so many so many measures, or you need so many syllables to say to touch on the theme and move your story forward. And sometimes they come easy to you, and sometimes they don't. I remember I was writing a piece, and it took me 6 weeks to come up with a 4-line bridge for a piece, because it had to be 6 syllables on each of the lines in order for me to move my story forward. And you have to sit down when you're calculating. Okay, I want to say this. Okay, that's 1 syllable too many. This is not enough. Or so you really have to apply that kind of formula to it until you get just right.
I got you. That's pretty cool. I never would have
thought about the mathematics.
Yeah,
that's really. I never thought when people wrote that they had to think about. Well, of course,
you got to do this.
You do need to have it to balance out with the music that you're playing and the rhythm, the beat that you're going with.
True.
But then he talks about 6 weeks to do something. I know when reading the notes, you've written a song. I forgot which one it is because I get to flipping through them. But one of them was inspired by a couple of drinks and you playing some bongos.
Cocktails and bongos. What a great combination. I love it. Let's go.
Sometimes it just comes from there, right?
Here we go.
Well, you know,
Do my research.
If I'm honest with you, I would tell you that there's a lot of work in the See Your Shadow catalog that starts off with some drinks.
That's right.
So yeah. But yeah, no, it was our song, My Worth, which is from the new body of work, and it's our instrumental piece that was our second chart topper in South Africa on the country chart, and people thought I was absolutely nuts when I said to my folks, we're going to release an instrumental, and I mean that is so rare, and a Southern rock instrumental at that, and I mean when you think about it, I mean nobody does that. My whole team thought I was absolutely insane when I told them we were going to do an instrumental.
Joe Satriani, yes.
Yeah, but you don't have
Joe Satriani.
Okay.
Come on, get it right.
But it's the same concept that you're doing an instrumental. It doesn't happen. It's Yanni or Kenny G or Joe Satriani. So the Metropolitan Cowboy brings out an instrumental.
I like it.
After the bongos, after a couple drinks.
Yeah, because I was going to write to it. I was going to put some words to it, and then I was just listening to the track over and over, and I was like, you know what, this just stands so strong on its own. I'm not going to do anything with it. Sometimes less is more.
Right.
I agree. I wish I was a lot less, but I'm way more. Anyway,
sorry.
I think we all were less at once upon a time in our lives.
Truth.
Yeah, I could still dunk from the 3-point line in high school. So every year it's further out than I used to be able to dunk from.
Yeah, you can dunk from the other 3-point line.
That's coming up in a couple years.
Yeah,
hey, the song "I Will Tell Jesus You Said Hello." So that I was listening, and then obviously I was reading the lyrics. That's a pretty deep song in the lyrics. Where did that come from? Because I mean, we're talking about a child's passing away and telling Jesus that it'll say hello as they're passing, and the parents are really upset, and it doesn't really come out. It's just everybody's upset in the whole song. Like, is that a personal experience that you dealt with, or was it just a thought, an idea that you came upon?
Well, it's so funny. That was our breakout record. That was the first time we hit the top of the chart with that one, and then we made the Christian chart as well with that one, even though it's not a Christian piece. And the idea for that just came to me out of nowhere, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah,
most people think that it's my story, but no. I mean, I don't have any kids, and I've never have experienced that. So I mean, I got the idea for the chorus. The chorus came first in that for that piece, and then I constructed the story around it. And what's interesting thing is is with that course, you can find healing in that course. You can plug any tragedy or any situation into the verses, and it's all it's all wrapped up where you find the healing in the chorus. And I actually used that piece to help me through when my mom was very ill. She ended up passing away, and we were doing the new body of work around that same time, and that piece actually helped me a little bit as we were putting it together. So yeah, so I mean, it's one of my favorite pieces in my collection, you know, and yeah, no, it's and Caitlin Dyer, shout out to Caitlin Dyer and Drew Middleton who do the leads on that, and they just knocked it out of the park.
Do you find that you like to write songs that have that deep of a meaning, that you tend to want to just bring out and hit on something that's really deep and important and maybe even hard to talk about?
Oh yeah, most definitely. One of part of my reputation is that I write about stuff that most people do not write about.
Right.
I think I was just actually thinking about what's going to be next after for 2022, and I have a song in the catalog about a man who fathers his best friend's baby, and I think that may be coming out here soon. But I do tend to it's the human stories is what we're known for, telling the human experience, and it's not all sometimes it's not all gravy. It's not all good. Sometimes we need to think about those things, and sometimes subject matter is hard to approach.
Yeah.
So being #1 in South Africa, what was that like for you? What was that feeling, finding that out?
When does the tour in South Africa?
Yeah, that's what I was going to get at next.
You know what? This is the funny thing. I had no clue. You know, I mean, I tell my people said, you know, I tell my publicist did the announcement. You know, and I was like, whoa. You know, I mean, it was just really cool. You see your name on the chart along with folks that you know that you admire and that are, you know, and it was awesome. And not only were we there once, but we've had 4, you know, back to back. Every piece that we have released over the last year or so, year and a half or so, has gone to #1 there, and we're hoping for our 5th with the next record. But incidentally, I was already planning a trip to South Africa at the same time before all of this, but I've had to postpone the trip like 4 times because of COVID, and so hopefully it'll be in November. But yeah, I mean, but this trip that I bought at a charity auction, you know, it keeps being postponed, and I can't just not go because I've already paid for it, and it cost me like 10 grand. So I'm just like, I got to take this trip.
Are you gonna ride a horse from gig to gig? Are you go through South Africa? Because you're the Metropolitan Cowboy.
You know what? It's so funny. You know what? I think most people will find me walking. I've already put a shout out to my South African fans, to the folks that are on our Facebook page. That anybody that comes up to me and says howdy, will either buy him a drink or give him a copy of the latest body of work for free.
Oh, that's
wow!
Awesome.
You're gonna have to bring a lot of CDs or pay out a lot of money in cocktails. I bet.
That's for sure. Hopefully the cocktails aren't so expensive in South Africa.
Truth.
That'll help.
Oh my
God. So tell me where the cowboy thing came from.
Yeah. I
mean, did you grow up on a farm, or I mean, you're the Metropolitan Cowboy, so maybe you ride a motorcycle, or what is it?
Well, you know what's so funny is that I've always had because of the country music tie-in.
Yeah,
so
right.
I always had the cowboy look. All right, and so I was going to do a sketch comedy show for local television back in Ohio, and we were trying to come up with a name for for the show. And so we were going to go with concrete as the adjective before the cowboy because of the look. And then that was already taken. And so my creative team said, well, you know what? You kind of dress pretty snazzy. You have a certain look to you. So why don't we just call you the Metropolitan Cowboy? And I liked it, and that's been my brand ever since.
That's great.
Slam dunk, boom, done.
Done.
I like it.
That's awesome.
That is great.
So besides the fact that Chris can't wait to get to Ohio and do a photo shoot with you.
Trust me, this is a face for radio. Nobody can see my face out there other than this.
Everybody has a level of sex appeal to them. Everyone, no matter what size.
One of the group.
Even you have a level of sex appeal, brother.
Yeah, it's me down there. This jamoke, I swear.
But I want to also just, we always do MTS.
Yes.
We get
Michael Stover at MTS, thank you so much for this great interview. Michael Coleman, what a great guy you are, I got to tell you. Who would you like to give some shout outs to?
Well, I definitely need to give a shout out to Michael as well. He's, we've worked together for a little bit over a year now. He's just been awesome. I would like to give a shout out to everybody in the See Your Shadow network of stars. I mean, without them, I really am nothing without the musicians that are part of the network, without all the talent that's in the network. I mean, it's very important that folks realize that it takes a lot of people to come together when a record is made. You just don't download it or go to the record store and buy it and it comes out that way. It's a long, arduous process, and it really is a lot of work. I mean, show business in general, of course, you guys probably know that show business in general is a lot of work, and everybody on the team is, I mean, I just need to recognize them and give a shout out to the network of stars.
Absolutely.
I agree. There's one huge shout out that we need to do to our super producer, Erica, who's behind the scenes a lot. Yeah. And I don't think we give her enough due. So I have to agree with you. Yeah. Super producer, Erica.
We wouldn't
thank you. Love you.
Without her. I mean, that's
true.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we appreciate, she does a lot of editing, a lot of just, you know what? She's the boss. So
yeah. Literally and figuratively the boss.
I've got to love her. And we've been appreciating you. You're great. You do so many wonderful things, but you just have a lot of joy and happiness, and I'm just excited to watch you as you do more and the new things that you come out with. And I can't wait to hear about your South Africa tour and how many drinks you bought. And it's going to be great.
We would love to talk to you after that. Does that sound good to you?
Oh yeah, I would love that. Yeah.
All right, I like it.
Well, that's great. Thanks for coming on to the show. What up with Rob and Chris?
Yes, thank you. And everybody out there, you got to check them out.
Yeah.
We'll have all his information down below in the description, so you guys can check it out. And from us to you, thank you and good night.
What up?
All right, bye.
Hey, right on. Have a good one, buddy.
All right, bye.